Hi, my name is Mary Wong, and I'm a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner and acupuncturist in downtown Toronto at Alive Holistic Health Clinic. Tonight, welcome to my live post number 31, where I will be talking about vaginal steam bath. And this is not a traditional thing in Chinese medicine, but it is certainly a traditional therapy that has been utilized in the Mayan Arrigo technique. And one of our practitioners, massage therapist Tina Tori, has been utilizing this and with awesome results. So I really want to share that with you, whether you're practicing Chinese medicine or you're in the holistic field, or if you're a person at home. There's lots of benefits to it. So I'm going to start with, you know what? Let's actually put this in because it's going to take a moment to steam. So I'm going to talk about why and how and all that stuff. But I want to just get this in so that we can make this a very efficient post. So this is quite a big bag that she made up herself, and it includes lavender, rose petals, calendula, and chamomile. And traditionally, there are all sorts of different herbs that are being utilized, but she's just making one simple formulation and with some pretty cool benefits. And I'll explain that in a sec. But let me just open this and get it in. Now, to do it at home, it is so easy and cheap because this I acquired today at the dollar store. So I've never done this before. It's kind of cool that I'm going to be trying this for the first time to get the benefits. So I'm putting the herbs in this dollar store stainless steel pot, and it's big enough to go into the toilet. And I have, boiled a lot of water. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour it in so that it definitely tries to cover it up. But the thing about, rose petals and lavender, these are all very light herbs. And really what we need to do, I'm going to have to run away because I have to cover it with a plate. Okay, so wait 1 second. I'm coming back. So depending, this is pretty big. I might have to get some help to try to uncover this in a second. But we want to steep it. I'm not at home, so really technically I could put it on the stove top and cook it up. And then as soon as it boils, I would stick it on simmer for about 5 minutes. And you could even turn it off and then just let it steep for a while. So here what we're going to do is we're just going to let it steep for a while we talk about the benefits. So, because it is called vaginal steam parts, you know that this is for your hoo-ha, right? And what it does is it helps to tone and nourish your cervix, uterus, and vaginal tissues. And women have actually been doing this for centuries, traditionally. And again, as I mentioned, it's part of the Arrigo technique of Mayan abdominal massage, which is what our massage therapist Tina Tori does. Now, what does it help? Well, if you have painful or irregular menstruation, it helps that. If you have hemorrhoids, vaginal dryness, uterine fibroids, dark blood at the beginning of your menstrual cycle, and it can be used postpartum, about 8 weeks after, am I right with that? Okay, 8 weeks after postpartum. And then also for things like, for procedures such as IUI, which is the turkey baster technique that you would go to a clinic for, or even if you do that at home, as well as in vitro fertilization. And it is also and can be used for enhancing intercourse, so some people might like that action, because what it really does is that it helps to clean internally the membranes, and it softens them up, flushes debris out, while boosting the circulation to the pelvis, and that increases the oxygenation and dilation of the blood vessels. It helps to relax the whole pelvic bowl. And so that means when you help the pelvic floor muscles, it will relax and prevent and treat things like cramping. So some women experience cramping premenstrually, menstrually. So you wouldn't do it during menses, but you can certainly do it right before. If you're not trying to conceive. If you are trying to conceive, you could do it before, and also that will help open things up and allow you to be more receptive. So that's also good. And that's what I mentioned about relaxing tissues before medical procedures. The steam baths, the herbal tea rises, absorbs into the skin and orifices. So depending on the type of herbs used, it can have different effects. So for a person who has vaginal dryness and you want to help lubricate that, then you'll add herbs that are mucilaginous, such as slippery elm, marshmallow root, like that. And we've had patients, clients that have mentioned that after doing that, they have certainly helped increase the moisture downstairs, or what you call the pickle jar, and it's enhanced orgasms. I had a patient who did this prior to an IUI, so an insemination, where in her previous inseminations, it has caused a lot of pain, because basically what they do when you go to the fertility clinic, they use a speculum, which is a metal thing that opens up. Not very fun, right? And then after that, they would put in the catheter to try to put in the sperm. Anyway, in her case, all along, she had issues with that procedure, and would get lots of pain, and she would even have to take painkillers. They would give her Ativan to try to relax her, but she would still feel it. And when she did this alone, just before the IUI, so I think what she did was before the procedure at home, she would do this, and then she went to the clinic, and she said it was like butter, where it didn't hurt at all. She didn't even barely know that the doctor went in to penetrate with the speculum. And so that's awesome. So knowing that, then women that just generally also prior to intercourse or during intercourse, if there's pain upon intercourse, this is a great thing to use, right? So see, there's lots of great things that you can do this with this. Okay, so the how-to. Well, we spent some time today even looking at other people's techniques in terms of how to do this. So basically, you have a bowl, and you want to have the steam, you sit over the steam on your lady parts to allow this to penetrate the skin. And some even mention like lawn chairs, which is a good idea because there's slats in it, right? But I don't know, it's made of plastic, so I don't think that's a good idea if there's heat and steam combined with melted plastic. So I don't think that's so therapeutic, and that's why we're using a stainless steel bowl. I guess you can also use a glass bowl, but that you can break, so forget that. So stainless would be the most ideal. And you don't want it to be too hot because you don't want to scald yourself, right? And so the technique that Tina tells people to use is just sticking this bowl into the toilet bowl, and we will physically do that and show you how to do that, and then you just sit on top of it. And when you sit on top of it, you want to make sure that your whole lower body is fully covered. And in Chinese medicine, you do want to cover your kidneys, and kidneys energy rules the reproductive organs, so you want that warm, you want that receptive. So you cover that. You may want to wear socks, shoes, whatever, slippers, just to keep that whole bottom warm. And you know, if you want to go crazy, you can actually heat up something and maybe put it on your feet. So like I have these grain types of pads that you can stick in the microwave. You can heat that up and you can put it on your feet, put it on your back, so that you don't have any exposure to what we call cold pathogens. And then afterwards, you also want to keep covered and keep warm. All right, so let's see what she says. Yes, okay, so how long has it been? Is it time yet, you think? Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's pretty hot. I'm going to use my scissors. And let's see what we've got. Ooh, you see that there's some discoloration, which is good. It's like a tea. Oh, and by the way, this is all organic ingredients, and you can literally drink it. But, you know, don't do it and drink it after. I don't really recommend that. Ah, it's really hot. Okay. I'm back again. So here you see And it's a light steam. You can, can you capture the steam? By the way, Tanya, our lovely TCM practitioner, is helping me.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see the steam
along the sides.
So this is my first time doing this. So this is completely a good temperature. I would even say then in this case, because really it depends on your bowl, right? So I would say I would add in a bit more. Because when you sit on the toilet bowl, this is going to be, oh, see, this is better. Ooh, I can feel how this would feel nice. Feel nice on the honey pot. Yeah, so let's go bring it over and see how it works. Okay. Oh, do we even have the light on? Okay, let's turn on the light. All right, so here's the toilet. And so of course what you want is a disinfected toilet. And you can put it in. Oh, this actually... Okay, so we have a bit of an issue. You want one that in fact would sit into the toilet, because guess what? You put this down and my butt might actually be in it. So I had someone buy this bowl, so you would want a smaller one. So what you would do then, if I was to do this all over again, I would then measure out the whole of the toilet, because different toilets have different measurements, okay? Although I could feel it. I could just kind of squat like this and that would work. Ooh, it feels good. I can actually feel the steam. I like it, but I'm not going to lift things. I'm not going to pull down my pants. Not right now. This is just a demo, but it feels good. I can feel it. So it could totally work. And if you want to work your quad muscles, you could actually just squat, but you know, technically you're supposed to do it for like 20 minutes and really relax yourself. Let's see how much she says. So obviously you don't want to have it too hot to burn yourself, but you really check. Oh, it feels nice. But yeah, for sure, if I was to sit down, and this is with panties on, I can feel it. It feels really good. It
smells good.
And it smells good. So you'll feel good and you'll smell good too downstairs. How nice. But yes, so you would do that for 20 minutes. And then you lie down afterwards, keep warm, relax, chillax. And then I guess if you're going for a procedure, you're just going to go for a procedure, but you will be relaxed. So that's good. So when do you not do this? Well, during menses, which is what I said. And then if you have extremely heavy menstrual cycles, not recommended, because it is meant to clean out. However, if I really think about it from a therapeutic standpoint, if you have fibroids and if you have heavy menses, and again, you're not doing it during, so I think before might not be a bad idea, because then you really have to clean it out and perhaps have to dissolve some of the fibroids. So that's my thought on that. You definitely don't want to do it on open wounds or sores or blisters, warts or anything, vaginal warts. And again, you don't want to do it when you're pregnant. You don't want to do it if you're trying to conceive and there's a chance of being pregnant. So basically, anyone that's trying to conceive, you wouldn't want to do it after ovulation. But certainly before, it'll be fine. So really, the window of time, if you're trying to conceive, would be right after your menses, when you stop bleeding, and then up to ovulation, if you're tracking your ovulation. So it's all good. Oh, the other time not to do it is when you have an IUD, because, you know, that's like an internal thing that's in there, and I don't think you want to combine it. And some IUDs, it will have hormones in it too, so you don't want to have any contraindications, sorry, any interactions. That's what I meant to say. Possible side effects. So, as I mentioned, it can increase your menstrual flow, more dark fluids and debris. Your menses may start earlier than usual due to the cleansing effect, and it may also change your vaginal discharge. So these are all normal cleansing reactions, so it's not really a bad thing. Okay, I think that's that's pretty good. Do you, any comments or anybody? No? Okay, fine. So again, if you're having the ability to sit on the toilet for 20 minutes, so it's a time that you can, if you want, to like meditate or whatever you can do to help yourself relax. So some people it's for reading. Hopefully you're not on your online or anything, but just chilling, okay? You could put a candle on, relax, away from kids, away from partners, and just have it be your time. Wow, this is really making the bathroom smell good. We should just have it in here. I can still feel the heat. Ooh, it's not bad. You know, come to think of it, like I think I could still kind of sit on top of this.
You might.
And not my
stuck.
butt. Pardon me?
You might get the bowl stuck.
That's true. We don't want to get the bowl stuck. So I think the idea is to buy a bowl that's smaller than the rim of this toilet seat, so it can sit on top of the water. It sounds kind of gross, but if you have a clean toilet, then it'll be fine. And keep that bowl specifically for this purpose, because it is only from the dollar store. Certainly you don't want to put it back in your kitchen cupboard and then use it for your salad later. Not recommended. So I think that's it. Anything else that I'm missing? Okay, I think that's it. And next week, I don't have a topic yet for you, but we will come up with something awesome. And if you have any suggestions, please do so. You can comment or PM me, and please like my posts, watch my other posts, and my website is marywong.life. My book is called Pathways to Pregnancy, so please check everything out, and we'll see you next week. And this week we've started it earlier. We're doing a new science experiment, so next week we'll do the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday. See you there. Bye.